Hello everyone and welcome to this latest episode of Time So Trash. I am your host Ben. With me as always is
Dan,
James,
and Christian.
And for today's episode, guys, we are doing the glorious film, potentially The Adventures of SHARKBOY and LAVAGIRL. I think that's the actual title.
I think that's the full title,
right.
yeah.
I think that's the full title. We're doing this film today thanks to a Twitter poll we ran on our handle Pluto Spacemen, and it got voted by you, the fans. So this is your fault. Thank you. I have seen this film, not for quite a long time. I was a fan of Robert Rodriguez and Spy Kids, and I think I haven't seen this for maybe 15 years. So I don't know what I have vaguely what I know what I'm going into. Dan, what's your relationship with the film?
Well, I don't have any relationship with this film. This is a film from your youth, I think, guys. So this kind of passed me by, really. You know, being a little bit older than you guys. You know, I've never seen it. I'm wondering, you know, a guy in his 30s watching SHARKBOY and LAVAGIRL on the internet. Is it necessarily the best move for me personally? Maybe not. Is it a good move for the channel? Hopefully. We'll find out. But I don't know. You guys seem to like this film. I don't know why. I don't know anything about this film. So I'm going to watch it and I'm going to find out.
James?
I have seen this film, and I'm pretty sure I enjoyed it, but I just remember nothing about it. Like, next to nothing.
Go on, Christian.
I believe I've seen this film once in the cinema as a child when it came out. Definitely haven't seen it since then, and I don't remember liking it. I don't remember disliking it. So
yeah, I don't know what we're gonna be walking into.
Yeah,
what's gonna happen? I think it might be imaginative. Because I think it's written. It was written by Rodriguez's children. I think.
Right. Okay.
I think. Don't
Ben,
hold me to that.
This was your pick, wasn't it, on the Twitter?
No.
So why? Why did you pick this film?
The idea was when we did the poll, I think pre-Christmas. At the time, the sequel, We Can Be Heroes, was coming out on Netflix, and I thought, oh, what a time to revisit the Spy Kids spin-off, what it feels like, SHARKBOY and LAVAGIRL. I like the idea that we subject Danny to just sort of torture and those kids films that he doesn't need to watch. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be great. Shall we crack on?
Let's go.
let's do this.
We must.
All right, guys. So yeah. We've just finished watching The Adventures of SHARKBOY and LAVAGIRL in 3D.
It wasn't
We
in 3D.
But we didn't get it in 3D.
No, it wasn't in 3D.
We did get it in 3D. But we eventually did get through it. A few technical difficulties along the way, a few glitches here and there, but we got through it. It was an experience, wasn't it? First half was better than the second half.
Yeah. And that's saying something. Like, watching the first half, I wasn't like, oh, this is as good as it gets. Honestly, we've looked at some other films for this series that we've gone, oh, you know, these films are trash. We had no idea. We genuinely had no idea what was coming.
I'm curious, and don't take this the wrong way, but what were you guys expecting? Because, like, that was just bad. It was just a bad film, and yeah, fine, it's for children, but I was trying to put myself in the mind of like a parent who'd gone to the cinema with their kids to watch this film, and I thought, we'd both be bored. We'd both be bored and angry at the end of it.
There's kids' films that you watch back, like as an adult, and they still hold up. You know, I can watch back stuff like Space Jam or even Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat,
George of the Jungle.
They're all films that I can watch back and they're just as enjoyable as an adult. This is not even enjoyable to a child.
Yeah, I think.
Let alone the
watching it-
parent with them.
I remember enjoying it though.
Nah, James, but you're not a good moniker though of things to.
But you enjoyed it as a kid.
It was your suggestion, Ben.
Someone who suggested it was
just
all
don't
excited.
I was sat there journey going, I don't know if I did enjoy this as a kid because I don't.
Oh, shut up.
I don't
He's
know
trying to
anymore.
backtrack.
I don't know. Maybe I'm backtracking. I'm not sure what I thought.
I can imagine Ben coming out the cinema as a kid with them SHARKBOY 3D glasses being like, that was sick.
Yeah,
Got
you
the
obviously loved it as a kid.
swirly
Because,
suit.
like, all the stuff that's wrong with it just washes over kids. Like, it's bright, it's colourful, there's people moving around and saying things, and that's fine. That's all kids need from their films.
Yeah, but that was like some low effort stuff, really, wasn't it? That whole film on every level was just remarkably low effort. Like some of the special effects were so bad. Like I think at one point I said, "Is it meant to look like a student film? Why didn't they finish off the effects? What's going on?" Because it was that level. Not to disparage good student films, which I've made many of. I'm talking about like the rudimentary stuff they seem to get wrong in that film in terms of special effects. Like James, you pointed out several times when the green screen was visible, like the actual green outline was visible around people. You could see reflections of green on characters' faces. You know, some of the special effects didn't look finished at all.
My personal favourite is the bit right at the end when they're back in the classroom and you can see the teacher's head clipping in and out of the green screen.
Yeah. Like I understand like they've got kids and they've got to go to school and like Harry Potter and all that. But yeah, we watched it thinking like some of these they did one take and just moved on, didn't they? Like I'm pretty certain we have to cut back. There's the bit where Minus reveals the journal. I could have sworn it was upside down, and then it cuts back and it's the other way around again.
I do a lot of reading. My book of dreams.
Is it upside down?
Honestly, there was so many mistakes in that film. I feel like Robert Rodriguez was like, right, I made you 3 Spy Kid films. They've all done reasonably well. So I want to make this film that my kids wrote. I want to make a film for kids, by kids. It's going to be great. It's called The Adventures of SHARKBOY and LAVAGIRL. Going to do it in 3D like Spy Kids. It's all going to be great. And they're like, yeah, sick. And he's like, so how much money are you going to give me and how much time? And they're like, right, so you've got 4 days to film it and we're giving you £16.50.
Well, that's an interesting point because Dan and I did look up the budget, and what money do we think went into this film, Ben and Christian?
I think it's 5 million.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's like 3 to 5 million. I'll say 3.
I think it's 2. I think it's a lot, and that's why it's shocking.
This film had a budget of $50 million.
What?
50?
Yeah.
$50 million went into this film. I don't know where. I don't know what it was spent on.
But it's like the cast of the film aren't like huge megastars demanding. Like, they're reasonable gets. So it's like, where's that gone? Oh my, 50 mil. 50.
50 million. Ben's
Not-
like
not
absolutely
5,
No,
50.
not 5.
It's
50 million.
It's still bad that is... that's 13 mil less than The Matrix.
If you'd have said like 50 grand, then
Yeah.
I'd have
Or
believed
£50.
you.
pound.
Yeah, but 50 million
That's a
is
lot
actually kind
of
of
money.
scandalous if you think about it, because the film does not look like it cost 50 million.
But maybe
So
there
where
was
the
like a
hell that
lot
money
of
went.
behind the scenes troubles. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just
The producer of the film has become quite notorious, so maybe he got involved and ruined it a bit. Maybe
That is just the end that you have a problem understanding.
Harvey
Oh no! No fucking way! Maybe all the budget just went on the incredible fight choreography that they put so much time into.
Hey, Taylor Lautner, you give the kid credit. He could do flips and kicks and spins. I couldn't do that. Look at Taylor go though. That's pretty mint.
I hear he did all his own stunts for this film.
Fair to the kids, they are trying.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're bad actors, but they're putting 100% in.
But like, it's unfortunate the main character of Max was a proper like wet wipe He had like no like real like spine to him. He was like a worse version of Luke. Even the blonde hair, the doughy eye, looking out. But he was like there was nothing. At least Luke had a bit of a spine because he had the speeder and he tried to put up a fight against the Tusken Raiders. This kid is just like. They're just throwing paper at you, mate. You don't need to be like, oh, I can't. It's on my dream journal in school. It's like, why even then? Why aren't your parents just saying, Max, do not bring that journal into school? Like, you're gonna get crucified, or
his
worse.
dad's a dreamer too.
But yeah, like
That's why his mum's divorcing him.
yeah, like there's this weird undercurrent of the parents having a divorce, but then like a tornado saves the marriage. It's like, oh.
Your father and I are just, well, we're not compatible.
I think she just told him they're going to get
All this
divorced. Is that what she just said?
I think so, yeah.
But talking of the structure of the film, they were setting up the idea that they can't work because they're not compatible, because but it's their differences that make them unique in the couple, like Sharkboy and Lavagirl. It's their differences.
I'll be honest though, I was just
define
completely didn't know what was going on for that whole film. I signed out about 10 minutes in.
If at any point during this film, I'm a bit like, oh, the film's not grabbing me anymore, I can just look down and look at Danny and I'm instantly entertained again.
The best kids films, right? I think you'll agree, like are able to grab people who are older because their plots hold up in terms of like structure, characters, that type of thing, logical, one event follows on from another type thing, and you are invested in the plot on that basic level for a start. This film just didn't have that, did it? It was just like James said, just scene after scene of stuff happening, and it's like I get what they were trying to do with like the whole like dream thing, like they're in a dream and they can just like. It's like they're making it up as they go along because it's like that's what you do in dreams. But it didn't work. It wasn't entertaining. It was boring. None of the jokes landed. All the jokes are crap. The performances were rubbish. Shark Boy and Lava Girl were bland, off. Like just what were they like? Shark Boy gets in the water for the first time in the film about 70 minutes in. Supposedly he lives underwater for his whole childhood. And he instantly is killed, or almost killed. The guy sucks, and it's like, and yeah, it's just boring, really, really boring. Yeah. I'm sorry, I started ranting, but it's just
confused. I'm confused why Robert Rodriguez did this, because he did Spy Kids because he wanted to make a film for his kids, and he did 3 of them, and then he makes this, like written by them. I'd get it if he hadn't made Spy Kids.
Maybe his kids should get some good taste then, because if there's kids like that. I mean, there's plenty of ways you can make a film for your kids and not make a shitty film.
Yeah.
I really hope that Robert Rodriguez didn't write that dialogue, because Sharkboy especially, every single time he spoke about his powers, he'd do it in like the weirdest possible way.
My strength is failing me as well.
Who wrote Sharkboy's lines? Like every night.
Children, Christian. This whole film's written by children.
It was just so bad. It was like a really bad, like if you go into creative writing class and no one has any experience of writing plots, and it's like your first attempt at writing a plot like that, and it's just littered with like basic errors. That's what this film felt like. It just felt like a dead lazy, kind of poorly written, poorly structured, bland film, and I don't know why you guys like it at all. That is about an hour and a half of my life I'll never get back.
Can I just jump back to the budget a second? And I don't know if you guys looked this up as well, but does anyone want to take a guess at how much this film grossed?
£1. Probably more than its budget.
No, I don't think it made its budget back.
I'd say 30 mil.
I'm going to say 20.
On the basis of the fact that you guys know of this film and have all watched it at the cinemas when it came out, and it seems to be quite well known, I'm going to say it made 100 million.
It made 72 mil. So it did make its budget back.
Not bad. Not bad.
It would still be counted as a failure because it's got to double its budget to be classed as a success. But
for what it was, that's 72 million more than it deserves.
I think Dan might have hit the nail on the head early on when he said that this whole film must have just been one big tax break.
Yeah.
There's no reason other than that to make this film.
Does anyone have anything else we could quickly bring up before we wrap this up?
Honestly,
there's
my
not much
brain is
more to
melted.
say. Yeah.
It's just unimaginative. It was like the imagination of a dead boring kid. That's what it was. Oh, the land of honey. What was it? The land of plenty or something like that.
It was the land of cookies
Milk.
and milk.
Yeah.
Did she just say the land of milk and cookies?
Didn't have the rights to milk. Okay, so we're gonna now decide once and for all: is the Adventures of Sharkboy and Lavagirl in 3D? Is it timeless or is it trash? I will begin. There's scenes in it that have since become memes, and that's made it worth it. But the film isn't worth it, and I don't think I'd actually show my children it, because like if I'm trying to like subconsciously teach my kids about good films, I can't show them this. I'll show them it when they're an adult and they want to laugh. But no, it's trash. I'm sorry, Robert. Dan? No, actually, I'll go to Dan last. James?
Oh, I feel like I've been pretty good on this show for, always arguing a little bit like, oh, like, it is trash, but we had a good time watching it. There's no arguing this film. It's utter trash.
Yeah. We didn't have a good time watching it. That wasn't fun. Christian?
I'm just going to say the word trash and leave it at that. That's all. The film doesn't deserve me to rant about it.
And Daniel, what about you? How did you feel about being subjected to this?
I'm not happy, guys. I'm not happy.
Blame Twitter. It's blame the followers.
Yeah,
You
what's going on
suggested
there?
it to Twitter.
but they voted. They
It
did.
starts with you, Ben.
But they
It
wouldn't
all
have
starts
clicked
with
on
you.
it if you had have suggested a different film.
It's not my fault, man.
I mean, like, I'm almost a little bit annoyed how annoyed I got at this film, like, and how much energy I've expended in articulating how bad it is, because it doesn't even deserve that. It was just a blip in my life that I'll forget and bury and never ever talk about again. I'm gonna say trash. Obviously.
It's a pretty definitive trash there.
There you have it, guys. Controversially, we have decided it's trash. Do let us know what you think of the film, whether you think it's timeless or trash. Did you enjoy the video? Like and subscribe. Comment down below and let us know. Like I did a little rhyme. Isn't that great?
Well done, Ben.
Get a
There
drum
might
beat
be a little
behind that.
sneak preview of what we're gonna watch next week. Did we decide?
Yeah.
They might throw a little clip in now.
Never trust a blueberry.
So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Goodbye.